Today on Tikifire Toy Reviews, Marvel Legends Professor X from 2005. Hello, Tikifire here with another Tikifire Toy Review. Today we're reviewing Professor X. As you can see there, Professor X does come with his wheelchair. It says he's superposable, 33 points of articulation. He comes with Galactus head. And we've slowly been building Galactus as we've reviewed all these figures. And a 32-page comic book inside as well. Looks like a Cerebro helmet in there too. Very cool. Let's take a look at the back of the package. Oh yes, we have to take a look at the power grid. Alright, Professor X, intelligence, he's a 4. I would expect that, he's a smart guy. Strength, none. He is in a wheelchair. Speed, none. Well, that makes sense. Durability, a 1. Energy projection, no, he's a 4. So those mental powers he has. Fighting skills, none. And it says height, 6 feet, or 1.83 meters. Weight, 190 pounds. I wonder if it's got to be without the wheelchair, yeah. Eyes, blue. Hair, blue. Really? He's got blue hair? I thought he was bald. I don't know. Anyways, let's see. Telepath, teacher, visionary. The planet's most powerful mutant is also its most compassionate leader. In pursuit of his dream for peaceful coexistence between Homo sapiens and Homo superior, Professor Charles Xavier establishes school for gifted youngsters to help a select class of troubled teenagers hone their strange abilities and protect society from those who would use such gifts to rule mankind. Today as ever, he and his X-Men stand in defense of a world on the brink of genetic war. Collect them all. Alright, so let's take a look at Professor X. Let's get him out of the box, out of the bubble clamshell thing, and we'll take a look at him. And here is Professor X out of the packaging. He is really, really cool looking. I mean, who would have thought that a Professor X action figure could be this great looking? I sure didn't. I think he looks terrific. He's got little pegs on the bottom of his wheelchair to hold his feet in place. And the wheelchair does roll. Very cool. He will come out of the wheelchair. He does have the typical articulation for the figures of this line. His shin moves. His foot is on a ball joint, and you can move it up and down a little bit. His hands do have a little bit of flexibility there. Plus his wrists will rotate inside his shirt sleeve, as well as coat sleeve. His arms do rotate, well, let's see, his arms do have the double jointed elbows, and his biceps do rotate up there. His head will rotate all the way around if you want, and look up. He does have a swivel waist, and his legs are ball jointed, and his thighs have a movable rotation piece there. And he comes with this cool Cerebro helmet. Very cool. Excellent. Awesome, awesome, awesome looking figure here. Really great to have a Professor X to go with my Nightcrawler. Although now I'm going to want to get some more of the X-Men, especially from the 70s and 80s look. I can find more of them that look like that 70s and 80s look of my childhood. That's terrific. You know, Cyclops would be good. And yes, this is a reprint of issue 117 from 1978. And it's a Chris Claremont issue. I always liked his X-Men stories. He was one of my favorite X-Men writers, even though he has his bad points as well as his good points. But he wrote some really good stuff back in the day for the X-Men comic. And then, with it, we had Galactus head. Let's take a look. We got Galactus body here. And we're going to put the head on. And then there's a knob there. Ball joint. And you just pop this head on there. There he goes. So his head's on. His head will rotate and look up and down. And Galactus is now whole. How about that? Let's see if he stands up okay with the head on. I bet he will. Now let me fix this chest piece there. Wow. That is cool. And Galactus, compare him to Professor X down here. He is massive compared to Professor X. That is cool. We'll take a closer look at him in our next review. Let's go back to Professor X. And I just want to say, Professor X looks really, really great in this action figure. This is terrific. And, you know, if you're going to have a display, I don't know about playability, but if you're going to have a display of X-Men figures, 6-inch X-Men figures, you definitely need Professor X, especially if it's the 80s style ones like Nightcrawler there. So, very cool, and I'm very glad I was able to get this. I'd have probably bought this even if it didn't come with the Galactus head. So, very cool. So, that's Professor X from the Galactus series, and that almost finishes up our Galactus series. But I got one more video where we're going to take a closer look at the Galactus figure all put together. So thanks for watching. Please check out my other videos. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And have a great day.